Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a massive shift in how we shop, live, and protect ourselves in the digital age. Think about it. Over the past few years, the way we buy things has completely changed, hasn't it? We've basically gone from wandering around brick and mortar stores to dropping items in a digital cart with just a tap on our screens. And to keep up with that, the law absolutely had to evolve. That is exactly what the India Consumer Protection Act of 2019 is all about. It's essentially our modern statutory suit of armor, and in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how it protects you. But first, picture this. What happens when a digital purchase goes horribly wrong? Maybe you ordered a premium smartphone online and opened the box to find a literal brick, or maybe a platform completely refused to refund a canceled flight. We've all been there, right? It can feel incredibly frustrating and honestly, isolating. But the truth is, you actually have immense statutory power in those exact moments. You just have to know how to use it. So, here is our roadmap for today. We're going to cover the digital era upgrade, your 6 core statutory rights, game-changing new consumer protections, the 3-tier redressal system, and finally, how filing a complaint is actually really simple now. Let's get right into it. All right, part 1, the digital era upgrade, replacing the completely outdated 1986 Act. Think back to 1986. There were no smartphones. There was literally zero e-commerce. Yet, for decades, that was the law Indian consumers had to rely on. The old act just couldn't handle the digital era, so the modernized 2019 Act was passed, officially coming into effect on July 20, 2020. This was a massive piece of social welfare legislation built from the ground up to streamline grievances and actually protect you in modern digital transactions. Moving on to part 2, your 6 core statutory rights. This is the absolute foundation of your protection. The Act officially guarantees 6 essential statutory rights. Think of these as your baseline shields against getting ripped off. We're talking the right to safety, information, choice, to be heard, redressal, and awareness. Okay, let's quickly look at what these actually mean for you day to day. First up, safety and information. The right to safety literally guards you against hazardous stuff, like a cheap knockoff phone charger that might spark a fire. Combine that with the right to information, and you absolutely have the right to know the real facts regarding the quality, quantity, purity, and standard of what you're buying. You have a right to know exactly what ingredients are in your food or what materials are in your products before you hand over your hard-earned cash. Next, we've got choice, which assures you actually have options at competitive prices. Then, the right to be heard. This just means your complaints won't just echo in an empty room. They actually have to receive due consideration. Add in the right to redressal, which is your guaranteed legal recourse against unfair practices. And finally, awareness. Basically, universal access to consumer education. You have a right to know your rights. Which brings us to part 3, game-changing new consumer protections. These are the major upgrades. Now, the real MVP of this new law is the CCPA, or the Central Consumer Protection Authority. Think of them as your personal, centralized watchdog. They actually have the investigative power to look into rights violations, order the direct recall of unsafe items from the market, and slap strict penalties on false or misleading ads. And here's where it gets really powerful, the product liability framework. For the very first time, this concept is formalized in law, meaning you can claim financial compensation directly from a manufacturer or seller if a defective product, like that sparking charger we talked about, ends up damaging your laptop or hurting you. You have a direct line to hold them financially accountable. Plus, this law finally tackles e-commerce head-on. It completely broadens the definition of a consumer to include anyone buying online, through teleshopping, or via direct selling networks. And it legally forces these platforms to be totally transparent. They have to clearly disclose their return and refund policies, and, this is huge, they have to provide ticket tracking mechanisms so your complaints don't just disappear into a digital black hole. All right, part 4, the 3-tier redressal system. This is your battlefield. Let's demystify the legal jargon here. So, when you need to fight, you go to the Consumer Disputes Redressal Commissions, or CDRCs. The system handles claims based on financial scales, legally known as pecuniary jurisdictions. The breakdown is actually pretty straightforward. Claims up to 50 lakhs, you go to the district CDRC. State Commission handles claims from 50 lakhs up to 2 crores, along with appeals from the district level. And for the massive claims over 2 crores, you're at the national CDRC, with appeals from there going straight to the Supreme Court of India. I really want you to focus on that 50 lakhs number for a second. By setting the local jurisdiction at the district level to claims up to 50 lakhs, the law ensures that the vast majority of everyday, normal consumer disputes are handled right in your own local area. You don't have to travel to a higher court in a different city just to fight for significant financial compensation. And finally, Part 5, Filing Made Simple and Accessible, Your Action Plan. Because, let's be honest, having rights doesn't mean much if you can't use them easily. Under the old 1986 rule, there was this massive geographic burden. If you bought something while on vacation and got scammed, you strictly had to travel back there to file your case. The new rule completely flips the script. Now, you can file your complaint electronically from exactly where you reside or work. It literally brings the courtroom right to your living room. The whole process is incredibly smooth now. Step 1, you seamlessly e-file via portals like the National Consumer Helpline. Step 2, the legal framework now formally allows you to attend your dispute hearings via virtual video conferencing. Seriously, you can fight your case from your couch. And Step 3, courts can officially refer early-stage disputes to independent mediation cells. This creates a fast-track settlement loop so you get swift resolutions without a drawn-out trial. The main takeaway here is that you are completely supported. The modern digital system is actively speaking to you, essentially saying, hey, I can guide you on the exact steps to file a complaint. There are dedicated digital tools and national helplines built specifically to hold your hand through the entire grievance process. So there you have it. The 2019 Act is a massive upgrade for our digital age. It locks in your core rights, goes after bad actors through the CCPA, and makes filing a complaint as easy as opening your laptop. The only missing piece of the puzzle now is you. Are you ready to confidently use your new statutory armor the next time a transaction goes wrong? Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. Remember, your rights are only as strong as your willingness to use them. Keep learning, stay protected, and I'll catch you next time.